So I've been doing sales for over 10 years. And I can promise you that it's not how it used to be. And I'm still in my mid 20s. So that means I started it when I was 15 years old. My first sales place was a store. I started working in it's not Foot Locker, kind of something similar, pretty much local. I can guarantee you it's not how it used to be. Like back then, all you need to do is just speak, convince, and get paid for it. Where today, you're gonna have to do a lot of more jobs than just that. I mean, they've been adding more and more importancy, but mostly because there's a lot more demands. I mean, so the amount of gurus telling you how much sales change your life and it can change yours, and that's the best way to learn business or to learn how to be successful. Companies have been really adding more tasks, I would say, about it, and it's pretty annoying. Not only you're doing customer service because you have to take care of your client, but now you don't do it the way how you want it, the rhythm you want it, or also based on how much you want so badly that customer to come back and buy from you. You really do it because of the standard of the company in the way how the company wants you to handle that customer service. If you work in a job where it's really well paid, mostly commission, it's very annoying. I mean, if you get a minimum wage for doing that, like I don't mind, it covers it. But for a commission only job, this is not something I recommend to go through. Like, commission jobs with customer service requirement, that's a red flag. You're basically doing customer service for free. These clientels will take advantage of you, like calling you at middle of the night, middle of the day, anytime, just asking for prices, asking for anything that they can do the research for themselves, even though they still know you are commission pays or anything like that. Even if they don't know, you can't really tell them, no, I can't help you, or I only paid commission, or this is wasting my time. You can't really do that. I mean, just try and you get yourself that client to be lost. And the companies know that, and they do everything to make you understand that in sales, client is king no matter what, even if you're paid commission. And being paid commission only, it's not really entrepreneurship. Like, you're not very autonomous, because when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's also ownership, and you own practically nothing of the company. You're really just an employee. Like, you are a regular employee like everyone. Like, all these gurus, all these people telling you like, hey, when you work commission based, or all these like employers telling you like you're basically your own boss. So like I was being told so many times, I'm gonna be my own entrepreneur, etc. Or if you manage like a team, it's kind of like every business, but I'm getting no profit. Like, I'm still paid commission. Last time I remembered what a business is you own something and you kind of sacrifice or put investment into your business by time or energy. I'm doing the investment part, but I'm not getting anything from it. So pretty much I'm working as a free entrepreneur for the company. So seeing it this way, it kind of be like extreme into it, because yes, the company also, they're not technically saying that you are an entrepreneur, but there's a word that I really don't like, which is autonomous. It's really just the same thing. You are on your own, which is an entrepreneur. So don't get fooled by how they use the words today. Back then, like I said, salesperson is a salesperson, and you have colleagues that does like other stuff. Where today they kind of push almost all the other positions into you. Example, there's some companies where you be selling furniture, or you be selling anything that really is expensive and needs financing. And you, most of the time, most of the jobs, you're gonna have to do the financing part. What do you know about financing? You're gonna have to do the financing report and see if they pass through their credits and etc. And you get the beautiful moment of seeing your client that you've spent 3 hours or 3 days with, by following up or just arguing with, declined by credit. And that's the moment where you just realize that commission base is the worst thing ever. Like, it should be illegal, and I'm pretty much sure it was illegal. That's why I remember I was always getting basic salary based on your live. You should check it out, because it should be illegal. Like, it's a crime to give somebody a lot of responsibilities, calling it autonomous, but still you don't own anything about the company. At the end of the day, you're gonna be paid commission only. The process repeats. Like, you cannot get more than that. It means that, let's say it's a car dealership, you do all the sale, you get the commission, but in order to make more money, you're gonna have to redo the whole process of finding the client, convincing the client, do all the follow-ups if it needs, which back then, like follow-ups used to be like just one call to say, hey, by the way, did you thought about it? And clients are genuine back then. Clients knows sales techniques, knows that salespeople have to harass them, and it's so annoying. I mean, you're paid commission, but the amount of weight of disturbing someone, it's so much bigger than like saying, hey, I just need to call. I mean, I just called maybe 10 minutes total worth of calling, and I get the sell. The heaviness of annoying someone and disturbing someone, it's so big. When today language somebody say, I will think about it, it's a way of saying I'm not interested, but I'm being polite, of not wasting your time. The language that everybody knows. And people have been going through so many sales process. And sometimes I'm surprised because like a lot of customers also maybe worked in their life at least once in their life in a sales position. It could be like a store or anything like that. So they know a little bit the struggle, or even like the techniques, or like what is it like to go get your sell and the importance for it. But somehow once people stop being a salesperson and become a customer, they just forget all about it and just become a customer. You get the struggle of disturbing people, and you're gonna have to manage your stress of being a humanity disturbance. You feel like a beggar. Like I had multiple times in my career where I was feeling like a beggar, like somebody who's begging for money, because they know nobody who does not own a company like will be begging this much. There's no way other than just for money. I used to feel like I'm begging people just for a $50 commission. And I have to question myself. I'm like, I don't own this company. Like if at least I was owning the company, I will be more credible to say that I believe in the product or believe in this. This is my passion. I started it. I took the risk to go all in. It's worth it. I really want to convince people because this is my baby. This is my work. But when you're a salesperson, come on, you don't own any of it. You don't own anything. And yet you're still putting like fakely putting some sort of passion, and you really care about the customer and try to convince them because it's good for them, etc. That's so fake. People know that, and like people feel it. And it's really awkward like to try to convince people that you're really not doing it just for the money. At this point, like let's say you're transparent. If you call somebody, try to follow up and be like, hey, I really need that money because I want to make money. Can you buy for me? Like they would say no. There's nothing different from doing that or just calling and be like, hey, I really need you to buy this because it's really good for you and blah, 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 blah. You're just filtering, but it's still the same purpose. It's for you to get money in the end of the day. And clients know that. And it's pretty awkward because you're not saying it directly. You're just saying it indirectly. If you're somebody who really care about these things, like, and haven't experienced it yet, I wish you never do, because it's kind of like a forever feeling. And it never goes away until like maybe if you leave sales for like years and years and you become like working into something that makes more impactful in life. But really, when you think about it, you're not impacting nothing. You're maybe impacting the company and like financially, because that's literally your job is sales, which is just making more money for the company. Now we have another big problem. So this is the customer service part. This is the annoying part. This is the commission part. Let's talk about the marketing part, because this is the part that annoyed me the most and made me want to quit so many jobs in sales. It's so subtle. Like so many companies these days, they use sales positions to also make marketing. So let's take any position, let's say door to door by example, is most likely a lot of people have tried it for like summer students or any sort of ways. So when you're doing door to door and you're commission based, because that's the norm, and you don't get the sell, you still spoke about the product or the company or the service, you still advertised it indirectly. I mean, I knock the door and I say, here, this is for the company, this is for this company, and it is for this product. And today we have a discount for it and I want to sell you on it. The client will say, I'm not interested. Maybe on the moment they're not interested, but you made them a free advertisement, like a skippable ad at the door. And at the end of the day, you still did marketing even if they don't buy. Do you get paid for that? No. Like you're gonna be knocking, let's say about 25, that's 25 to 30 doors a day where you advertise directly and give details and try to sell also, but mostly directly advertise that company. Like if let's say you're doing telecommunication, you're literally telling the customer about the new promotion directly. Like that's the most direct promotion or like advertising you can get. Like most people, like companies, pay so much money for advertisement to be on the bus or on a bus station or on a billboard or something that really people don't really care. I don't understand. Like, if they really still do it, that means there's money behind it. Like, they actually make money from putting their product or their advertising on a bus station. Like, it should definitely make money back because that costs money to rent that space, like to put your advertising. So at the end of the day, like, there's some return on investments, you know? Telling myself that if a bus station advertising, it actually makes the money. Imagine the advertising that you do directly to speak to the customers at the door. Even if I skip and I really don't pay attention, there's gonna be moments where, let's say I'm walking into a mall or something and I see this brand again, and I'll be like, hey, I recognize this from the ads. It's recognizable. At the end of the day, it's just recognition and credibility. So they can tell yourself like, hey, it's easier for me to buy it now because I can trust. I've seen them on YouTube. They've made multiple ads. They're familiar. And that's where the companies aim for when it comes to advertising. Now, it's kind of the same thing. You're still doing that effect at the door. Are you paid for it? No, really not. And that's, like I said, that's the part where it really annoys me, because when you're paid commission only and you're not paid for advertising clients, like, this is very like a scam. And nobody really question it. Like, you're there really working hard. And worst part is that when you get rejection, they don't value your work. Like, they just keep telling you you didn't hit the numbers. All they care is for you to hit the numbers, but they still value the advertising that you do, but they will never tell you because they want you to think that you're not valuable if you're not putting any value if you don't make any sales, so that you don't come at them and be like, hey, pay me more, because I'm literally walking around advertising your product and your promotion or whatever you are doing at this moment. It's like a scam. There is, when you think about it, there's marketing, everything. If you're directly selling to a customer and directly promoting the product or the company to the customers. And I've had this realization when I used to work for a company at door to door, and they used to pay us to only door to door to advertise, not to sell. And that opened my mind, because I was like, it's actually valuable to actually just knock doors and be like, hey, I'm doing this service. Can we just take your information? That's it. That's pretty much promoting, advertising, and collecting information, obviously. But I'm not closing, I'm not selling, and that I'm not paid for it, and I'm not being demand for it. There's other people who will close them after like taking their information. But to say that it's still a valuable thing, like, it brings money to the company somehow, realizing that companies have been lying to us and pretending that our only value being at the door or like selling when you close, not when you start talking or when you even talk and get the attention to the client, like the company getting attention from the client. So that's where the part is the most annoying. And that applies to not only like commission based door to door, it complies to commission based call center. If you do cold calling, I don't want to talk too much about cold calling this episode. Really want to let that, because that's deserve its own episode just for cold calling. Talk about how things change, and I'm using door to door as an example, but I feel like door to door also deserve its own episode. If you're in your 20s or 18, 19, or even 30s and you want to change career, thinking about it is really helpful, because a lot of people on YouTube I see, when it comes to sales, people really talk about it in like a guru way, like more like an advertising way, like it changed their life, it can change yours. But these people are like the 1% like of the sales. It's not really the reality. It's not the average Joe. I think most of people who are the average people, like, they don't like the sales enough to speak about it and praise it and say how they changed their life. But if somebody really make a YouTube video speak about sales, it's because it changed their life really, and they made a lot of success. But they represent the 1%. Only when you succeed on it, you really feel like you want to share the success. When you don't succeed that much, you just move on and find another career, and you don't really make YouTube video about it. But you see, this is the difference, is that I decided, even if I didn't make millions of dollars in sales, I decided to still talk about it in a midway. There is going to be moments where I'm going to talk about it in a good way. But I just feel like there's a lot of things that we have to let out into the sales industry or the sales position. There's good things about it. There's bad things about it, but I'm going to stay as mid as possible. And because I still do sales these days, like, I'm still actively doing sales. I found the right fit for me. There's always the ones. Definitely, I don't do commission only. That's something that it's a red flag, and nobody should do it. Everybody should stick with the salary base plus commission. That's something that should be a standard. If you see a company telling you it's commission only, but they try to always make you attracted to the position by telling you, hey, you get paid training, you get vacation, you get whatever, like parking on sites, also the casual dress, whatever it is. It's just they're trying to put value in the position, because really those things doesn't really matter. All the things that matter is what you getting paid in the end of the day, and also the balance from your mental health. And they cover it as much as possible, these little like tricks. So it's red flag, like run away from it. If you see it's commission based only, but they're like, hey, training, learning, blah blah blah, no need experience, like run away. These jobs needs to learn that people are not naive like that, and they need to change. Let me know in the comments if you actually relate or share anything about it. You guys have any experience in sales? Let me know if this was helpful. If you like this video and enjoyed it and it was helpful for you, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.